AAF was the major piece of this puzzle here. So one, thank you for helping make that happen.
Sure.
And two, what in the funk and leunk is AAF? Because I looked it up and I still don't know.
Yeah,
but I
understand.
didn't spend that much time.
That's all right. American Advertising Federation is what AAF stands for. So we are the oldest advertising association in the country, actually, founded in 1906, I believe. You ever heard the term false advertisement?
Yes.
Yes. So back in the 1900s,
Did that a lot with my wife.
Oh, what up? What was her name again?
Jackie.
Jackie,
She's awesome.
You fell for it.
Yeah, she did.
But
her only flaws are taste in men. She knows that.
So we had American Advertising Federation was founded because there were a lot of false claims in advertising in the turn of the century, right? So people are saying things and making claims that weren't true, and they needed a way to regulate that. Prior to that, there was no way. And so this organization was created to make sure that advertisers are making true claims in their ads, and it led to the formation of the Better Business Bureau.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So was it like a AAF approved stamp or something? Or
Yeah, kind of. It is an association. So the advertisers got together in chapters, and they basically made a determination, a agreement, I guess, if you will, that organizations need to follow this standard of advertisement. So they set what that standard is, and then that also helped to create like legislation and things like that.
So they had a seat at the table to help define what false advertising was.
Yeah, if a company makes a false advertisement today, we would sue them. That lawsuit would be based on legal action that speaks to stuff that was formed by this organization. Things that say you can do this, but you can't do that. That's illegal.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yes.
So that's over 100 years ago.
Yes. So today, we have over 150 chapters nationally, and we are the only advertising association, to my knowledge, that represents every discipline in advertising. So that's the designers, but also the media buyers, the marketing reps, the students, the faculty, people who make any sort of content that has a message. That's kind of how I like to think about it. It's considered an advertiser. But we also do cover marketing and commercial design as it relates to advertisement. Those are included as well. And our national organization, AAF, is a national organization. So there is a national level of it. Steve Paccio is our national president right now, but there's a board of governors. I mean, the whole nine. It is the kind of ultimate setup for a professional advertising association.
So what are you all doing today?
Sure.
Like at the national level and then kind of at the local level?
Yeah. So biggest claim to fame is the awards, the competition. So the American Advertising Awards is held annually, and it is basically like the Grammys, but for advertisers, right? So you're participating in your local competition. You have an award show. If you win gold there, it will go to a regional level, and there are 15 districts that make up clusters of chapters around the country. If it places there, it will go to the national competition.
So it's like Glee?
Yeah, basically for ads. Glee for ads. I'm going to put that on a shirt. And if you win nationally, I mean, it's everything that would come with winning an award, an Academy Award, for example. You're award winning now. You're nationally recognized. You can
charge more?
You can charge more. Okay. Wouldn't an award-winning person be an exclusive opportunity to work with, right? So the prestige that comes with that,
very nice.
Absolutely. But then also, of course, even if you don't place gold, that's a feather in your hat. I've won a couple of, we call them the Addies, but I've won a couple of Addies when I was working at ProMedica.
Addies, that is the official, because I've heard of the Addies.
Technically, no, we're supposed to call it American Advertising Awards.
But they're called...
Because there is another award called Addies.
Gotcha. Okay.
But we call them that because like Grammys isn't like the official title, I think. Or no, Oscars isn't the official title. It's Academy Awards, but they call it the Oscars. So we call it the Addies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I understand.
Yeah.
Sonic, I got to try to get one of those.
Yeah,
I need to charge more.
Yeah, you do. I mean, even
my Canva designs work?
Well, even this podcast, because it is considered a message that you are using to get awareness out about something that counts.
What did you think about my description of calling this like Joe Rogan meets Club Shay Shay adopted a better looking baby? No offense, Joe and Shannon, right? Like, does that work?
I like it. I think it brings about an interesting visual in people's minds, right? And you should make a meme describing that. I think visually would be cool.
So if we release an album of this, right, we'll do a comedy album of all the good comedy bits. It'll be like a cartoon caricature of those two over a baby, and then on the backside it'll be baby looking over like, what in the funk did I do to get in this?
Speaking of AI, I think that you probably could go home and type that in, and it'll spit you out a nice little image.
AI in design, holy smokes. Should we talk more about AAF, or tell me how people get involved,
Sure.
then we'll go to the AI acronym.
Sure. So we are a membership-based organization. So membership is $160 annually. That gets you discounted entry into events. We do have some member-only exclusive things that members would receive. That also gets you discounted entry into the awards competition. It also allows you to be able to sit on the board and or committees that we have. Our main pillars are networking, education, and recognition. So recognition is the awards. Education, we do a lot of professional development, and we work with students. So, for example, in March 6th, 2025, we have a Spark Summit, which is co-hosted by Owens Community College. And we have, we are co-hosting this with them to expose students to skills and information about careers in an art field. And that's going to be really cool. So that's a part of our education initiatives. And then networking. We bring people together that need to meet each other.
Right on.
Hence the holiday mixer. That's why we're involved in things like that. So membership means access to those things. And it also gets you the opportunity to advance within AAF as well. I'll tell you that, you know, AAF, I had been a member for maybe about 9 years, wasn't super involved. You'd get a discount to the awards. So that's why a lot of people who sign up around awards time sign up, right? Because you want to get in.
Makes sense.
And I was just kind of doing bare minimum submitting for that. But then we had a diversity initiative called Mosaic that drew me because I experienced a lot of that. And it made me become more involved. But when I got involved, you realize that, like, you sit on the board here. You could sit on the district board, which is, we have 11 chapters that make up our district. You can go on and be a board of the governors for national board. And when I tell you the brands that are represented on the boards of these organizations, name a global brand and they're there. Spotify, Yahoo, Google, all of your big names, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, they're all represented. And then going into your advertising industries, 72 and Sunny. Those places that make Super Bowl commercials and all that. It's all advertising, and so it's all represented here. On national level, Hall of Fame of Achievement, Issa Rae was one of the winners. So they get into these larger celebrity worlds because everything is run by advertisement. Advertisement fuels everything, right? That's why I think that this organization is so powerful. I'll say my one little soapbox message. That's why this association means a lot to me, because when I describe this to people, they kind of give me this glazed look like, what is this for? And I'm like, how many advertisements have you seen today? Honestly, think about it. It's coming into your view. It's coming to your eye and ear gates 80 times a day, probably before you wake up in the morning. You have heard so many advertisements, and it's fueling your thoughts, your belief, your what you care about is probably a lot driven by advertisement. It is the most powerful industry that we have. And
it funds 99.9% of what we watch, right?
Everything.
Yeah.
Right. So
remember the glory days? We used to be able to like put on Disney Plus for that first month and not see ads.
Yes. You're now having to pay to not be sold to. Can you I mean, if we really think about that now, I gotta pay for you not to try to convince me to do something, right? That's how powerful and prevalent advertising is today.
Awesome.
So if you're a professional in this industry, it's important to be a part of an association like this, because how far you get in your career is based a ton on who you know and how you're working your networks.
Is there like a student discount? If I've got students that graduate, coming in $160 might be rough. But
yes, there is discounted levels for retired professionals. We have discounts as well. And then you can have a guest membership. So if you want to try it out, just let us know, kind of give us your why, and we can let you try it out for 6 months for free.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I got a podcast. Does that count for something?
You sure can. You can be an honorary.
Everybody.
We do have honorary level too.
See, that's what I'm going to do for my PhD.
I'm
not actually going to go to school. I'm just going to have like BG or UT give me an honorary one.
There you go.
That's the plan.
Then when you get that, we'll give you the honorary membership. You can pull that off.
Okay.
You deserve it.
All right. Sweet.